before independent and immediately after independence, until people like Agri came to destroy what we had as a regional government. We had regional government which enabled us to develop at our pace, which enabled us to do things on our own, which enabled us to be actually true, to have actually true federalism. Because before 1966, that Aguiyi came, and with his obnoxious, I think it was Decree 4 or Decree 2, I've forgotten the name of the decree, where he now centralized everything, because it was Aguiyi that destroyed that structure. It was Aguiyi that destroyed it. And when Gowon took over 6 months later, Gowon discovered that he favors them, he favors the North, and they maintained it till today. You know that in Nigeria, politicians do, everything they do is politics, and I have always said, Nigeria... when Nigerians talk about politics, they are talking about lies. And Nigerian politicians, they don't do what is legal, they don't do what is right, they don't do what is moral, they don't do what is constitutional. They do only what is political. And usually, what is political is usually lies, is usually anti-constitution, is usually against the morals, usually not right. That is actually what they do. But the Arewa Consultative, whatever they call themselves, they are doing this just because of selfishness. But if you look at it regionally, regional government gave us development. Regional government helped Nigeria to develop. Most of the things we had, most of the developments we had was as a result of regional government. Regional government is semi-autonomy. That's the meaning. Semi-autonomy. Every region will go back and begin to look for what they can bring to the table, what they can do in their respective states to develop, what they can, their natural resources, because oil has made everybody useless, made us poorer, made us no more hard work. We just sit down, every governor sits down in his state, every month he goes and collects allocation. For me, where is that done? That is part of the problem of Nigeria. Every governor sits down in their respective state every month. Even those that have the oil, they don't and have the oil and have other sources of revenue, they don't even look at it anymore. Who looks at agriculture? Nobody looks at agriculture. Nobody looks at solid mineral. Nobody looks at other things. Nobody looks at any other thing. Oh, at the end of the month, go to federal government gives you 3 billion, 300 billion, whatever. You now come and share, and that's what we are doing. He made us lazy. But if we go to regional government, where every region go back and look for what you have, develop it, bring it up, you see that we'll be richer. Nigeria will be better for it. So taking from the examples I have just cited, when we had regional government, we developed more. We are better off. That's what I'm saying. But if it is politically motivated, like I told you, that Nigerian politicians, they don't do what is right, what is legal, what is constitutional, what is moral, they only do what is political, which is lies, against moral, against constitution, and all that. Now, if all things being equal, it will be a good one. Okay. If you remember, the North developed with granite, the West developed with cocoa, and the East with coal when they had coal. Coal is still relevant today. You can still use coal, but today the coal is abandoned at Enugu. Agriculture is abandoned. Cocoa is abandoned. Granite is abandoned. Those things can be. Does it mean nobody eats cocoa anymore? I drank coffee this morning, and coffee is produced from cocoa. I ate granite yesterday, and granite is still relevant. So you see, is it that granite is no longer relevant? Is it that cocoa is no longer relevant? Is it that coal is no longer relevant? Is it that iron ore we have at the Benue Axis, is it that it's no longer relevant? But we abandoned all of them, and everybody is looking at oil. Everybody is looking at oil. Let me tell you, oil is becoming irrelevant. If you go to Europe, you all of you know what I'm talking about. You go to Europe, all of you go to Europe. If 10 cars pass, 5 is electric. No. In fact, presently all their trains are electric. All their monorails or tram, some of them call them train or tram. They are electric. Both their fast train, their local train, buses, they are big long buses. They are all electric. All right. The only cars that are still using petrol are the small cars. But if 5 Mercedes or 5 Toyota
passes you. 5 is electric. You know. So oil will soon become irrelevant, but not completely irrelevant because there are other byproducts from oil. But even Nigeria, we don't make use of these byproducts. We just go take petroleum, even diesel, even kerosene. We don't take. We just take only petrol, and we throw these other ones away. Not even in Nigeria, we take them abroad to refine, and these other countries will take all the byproducts and give you only petrol. For me, it's a lazy man way of doing things. If we go back to regional, it will make us, it will give us more sense of belonging.
Now the question is, if Nigeria transitions to regional government and is still the same politicians, how is it going to change anything? I
think the first thing to do is to change orientation. You know, let me answer
of the citizens or of the politicians.
Everybody. Let me say this: the crop of politicians we had those days are better than what we have today. What we have today are never do wells, nincompoops, people failures. That's what we have today. That's the truth about it, from down to up. All of them never do well, nincompoops, shenanigans, wayward people that they never achieved anything in their life. They just saw politics as another way of making an income, making a living. That is actually the truth. Let me tell you, go and look at all the crop of politicians we have in 1999. They were doing nothing. All of them, Obasanjo down the line, they failed in their businesses. Obasanjo was in prison. Otafam had failed, and he was just brought from prison. Check all of them. If Obasanjo was doing something like somebody like that took a lot of money from Nigeria, like T.Y. Danjuma, had companies, had the Die Consult, had this, had that, had shipping lines, he wouldn't have come back to do politics. But failure. I know one of them that time he was telling me, but we could go join this party when they were forming PDP in 1998. I said, oh, but leave this people.
Don't we have governors who are already wealthy before taking up?
They are very like 1% or 2% out of. They are just coming in.
Have they done well?
They are just coming in gradually. But the other ones that we are there, all of them that were there in 1999, they were not doing well because people that were doing well refused to go. People like us, I said I won't go, that the military was not leaving. I didn't believe Abdulsalami was going to hand over government. I never believed it. I said no. I have 1 year. The man handed over less than 1 year. I said I didn't believe that man. So the people that took the chances, we are wasters. People that didn't have anything to do. So okay, we could just follow. It was like the story in Things Fall Apart. You remember Things Fall Apart when Okonkwo said, "I'm sending my son to the white man." The useless boy. That was what he sent to the white man, so that they will flog him. And he told him, he said, look, if they share good thing, bring. But if they share bad one, don't bring back. And the boy went there, and that was the genesis of the book, the Man of the People. The boy went there, followed the white man, went abroad, came back as a hero. So that was what happened in 1999. So most of them were waste people. If I begin to mention names, I will tell you what they were doing. Go and check some of them bank account. They didn't have 100,000. But today they are billionaires, they are governors and vice presidential, whatever. They are doing a lot now. So they grip the system, held the system till today. They are still there. That is the people that are holding Nigeria at the jokola because they made a lot of money. So by 2003, when people saw that this thing not true, they don't hand over, make we come in. That was when they now formed the cult group. The cult groups in Nigeria were formed in 2002 towards 2003 election to stop people from coming in. So it's just now the people we are talking about, they are trying to come in a little. But what I'm trying to say is that the people we had that time were people that came up. Go and look at Awolowo. Awolowo started dreaming to become a politician in 1942 when he wrote a letter. There's a famous letter that is on the internet now. He wrote that letter in 1942. And he told the man he wanted to go to England. He wanted to borrow money, He wanted to go to England and study law and come back. He wanted to be a journalist. He wanted to be a politician. Awolowo was say 40 something before he became a politician in 50 something. So these are people that dream to become politicians, but these ones are accidental politicians. Come. Now you go for House of Rep this year. Oh no. Now, come on, go. I go buy phone for you. You go win. Come and you win. Now you go for governor. Come, you go. That's you win. That's what has been happening in Nigeria. We have never had the right people that have ambition, people that have dreams to change things. They say, okay, if I come, I will make power available. If I come, I will make road, at least from here to Abuja. You will drive closing your eyes. Not really closing your eyes, but you can drive abroad. You just put it on cruise, and the car will just be going. Just like this, and the car will just be going and take you to wherever you want to go. So that is what is lacking in Nigeria. We lack that crop. Look at Zik. Let me tell you something about Zik. Zik was the person that formed ACB, African Continental Bank. When Zik formed it, when Zik established that bank, it was like a personal business. When he discovered that they were about to discover, he gave it out to the state. He ran away, he gave it out to the state. But today, politicians will openly, brazenly, boldly steal money, build company, build things. You will be seeing it. You will be seeing it. And nothing, tell you nothing will happen. And nothing will happen. Nothing happening. Now, if we go to regional, and I'm coming to that.
To be the same.
No, it's not. It may not really be the same. It may not really be the same. You know, when we go to regional, for instance, it will make some state governors to begin to go and look inward for resources that they have in their place to generate.
Welcome back to our channel. The man who just spoke made some strong and thought-provoking points about regionalism in Nigeria. Now, let me add my own take on the matter. When you look at why many northerners seem to resist the idea of a regional government, it's not just about politics. It's about fear, history, and survival. There's a belief among some that if every region controlled its own resources and development, the North may not be able to compete on the same level as the South, which is already ahead in infrastructure, education, and private enterprise. This concern isn't new. It's the result of decades of over-centralization and dependency on federal allocation. So when people push for regionalism, some in the North feel it could lead to neglect or marginalization. That fear, whether we agree with it or not, is real. But in my opinion, Nigeria cannot grow under a system that keeps everyone tied to the center and slows down innovation. Regionalism isn't about dividing Nigeria. It's about giving every part of this country the power to govern effectively, develop according to its own needs, and compete in a healthy way. Every region has something to offer. What we need is fairness, cooperation, and a system that ensures no part of the country is left behind. If we structure regionalism properly, it can promote unity through progress, not through forced equality. Let's stop holding ourselves back out of fear. A strong Nigeria must be made of strong regions. Drop your thoughts in the comments. And as always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.